Aye, it was. Captain Trevick, in fact. But what's an honorific between friends, eh? We've moved on since you saw us on Castle's Folly. My crew's salty over standing about on land, but we do what we can do.
You need help finding a ship?
No. Finding a ride off the island is easy in Paradise. But we want a ship of our own. Despite my crew's complaining, we don't sail easily on another man's ship. Listen, I need to get back to wrangling this rowdy crew of misfits. Thank you for stopping by and for, maybe we can return the favor someday.
You're welcome. There's the tower. There's the bridge. There's the treasure map, man. This one. I don't think that's it. Almost it. Unless it's from the other side. And it's like all beat up and it's an older picture. You know what I mean? Let's keep going this way for a little bit. If I can. I got some dudes down here. Let's go along this river. Fill this in. These groups. See, there's 1, 2, 3. It's the healer guy. Zura priest. No, I'm not gonna bother you yet. Do I have to? Uh-oh. Oop, they're all on me.
Come and get me. It burns! I got this. Watch this.
Isan-san!
Next one's mine. Glad that's over.
Oh, it's you. Leave me alone, all right? I'm not looking for trouble. Why? Are you gonna kill me too? Figured you might be here to finish what you started in Paradise. That damn fool Wolf with his head full of visions. When he wanted to resort to violence, I knew I had to leave. You did right. If a leader won't listen to reason, they can't be helped. I couldn't be part of that anymore. Maybe I'm brave, maybe I'm stupid. I'll find out eventually. In the meantime, I can sleep at night. Good luck out there.
Right Arms up! You're mine now! Nothing's stopping me!
Eat some stuff!
Like the wind with the good taste.
That tower's for Fjord's Rangers. It's where they stand around and argue about the best route to Shadowscarp.
Listen, we'll get to the bottom of this. Not sure how, but we'll get there. I agree that this is important, Massoni. But if we don't focus on hunting, people will starve.
How is a potential murderer in our ranks not your top priority? You don't think it's real, is that it? You think I'm jumping at shadows?
Tap your first foot impatiently.
One moment, please, Envoy. We were just finishing.
All right.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm not saying it's impossible, Massoni. Only that more
Massoni.
immediate dangers require our attention. We'll talk
My
about it
name is
later.
the Masoni.
Meanwhile, someone's tearing us apart from the inside.
If you're stretched too thin, maybe we can help.
What interest does Adir have in Fjord's affairs?
Not
We've
much.
survived without your sainted help for this long, and we don't need you now.
The
Okay.
land wasn't trying to kill us before. These are desperate times, Captain. You must see that.
I
We've
do see
suspected
that.
a killer among our ranks for several days, but there hasn't been time to investigate.
I'm not an idiot.
Seems like a killer among the Rangers
not
would
an
go
idiot.
right to the top of the list, but what do I know?
I told you I'll do it.
We've had to redouble our hunting to feed Fjord, and the bandits and Zarips are running us ragged. Every ranger we lose brings us closer to starvation.
What makes you think there's a murder among your rangers?
Two of our best, Monato and Verano, have failed to report back. Neither of them would fall easily to creatures they
gotta
faced
go find
100
two
times
rangers
before.
again?
Monato is the most skilled tracker we have, and Verano is our most accomplished archer.
I've heard of Minato. He hunted the Black Padfoot a few months back. That thing was impossible to track, but he did it.
You really think one of their own would betray them?
The only threat they wouldn't be prepared for would come from someone they trust.
As if that weren't enough, my rangers spotted a stranger near town this morning. They kept to the shadows, wearing some kind of mask.
That could be a killer.
I wouldn't rule them out, but my men disappeared before this person seems to have arrived in town.
Tell him about Durso and Casagrada.
All right, Envoy, if you really want to get involved.
I do.
Two of my rangers have been acting strangely since the others
Surely.
disappeared. Rangers Dorso and Casagrada.
That's a
Catagrada.
powerful accusation to make. I know you Rangers are a tight bunch.
Would they really turn on their own brethren?
Yep.
Both are good people, but they're connected with my missing men. And they haven't been particularly forthcoming.
We'll speak to Dorso and Casadara.
I've moved Dorso and Casagrada to posts just outside Fior. I haven't explained why, but Dorso's probably figured it out. Speak with them, and follow any leads they might turn up.
Sounds great.
I'm still not convinced either of them is a murderer, but
It's better to be sure.
Sure. Thank you for trusting me with this. I'll return when I have news.
I'm sure Masoni here will be waiting with bated breath. Watch yourself in the wilds, Envoy. And Godspeed.
I can't think of much worse than turning on your squad, except having to suspect your own people. We should help them.
We
Agreed.
should. Dorso. And Casadadra. I mean, it's easy enough. I could just fast travel to both of these, so let's just knock that out.
Oh, Envoy! You have to help me. If I have to listen to this twig of a recruit tell his stories for even one more minute, I'll probably die. I am indeed. I'm
Dorso?
flattered that you've heard of me. It's great to meet you. Ranger Iziana Dorso at your service.
I'll just take a few minutes of your time. What can you tell me about Rainier Manato's disappearance?
Asierno really stooped to asking for help. How very unlike her. Frankly, I think she's overreacting to a late report. Monato might be our best tracker, but he doesn't put a lot of stock in patrol rotation, rest days, or Asierno's toothless protocols.
What about Ranger Rano? Do you know where he's gone?
Verano and I are stationed on opposite ends of the valley. I hardly ever see the man except in passing. Casagrada is his partner, supposedly. You want to know more, ask him.
Has Montanaro been acting strangely?
Monato's always been acting strangely. Most paranoid man I've ever known. Thinks everyone's out to get him. Me, you, your steel garrote. Gods only know why. But one thing's for sure. You won't find him if he doesn't want to be found.
What's your read on Sagrada?
He's a competent fool. No different from most of our recruits. And this land is cruel. I give him 6 months. Maybe a year.
What's your problem with Aseno's protocols?
There's too many of them. Check in twice a day, sign the patrol roster, write your reports, keep up with the bulletin board, make sure the recruits are cleaning their gear.
Come on. You can't maintain a fighting force with shoddy equipment and poor discipline.
It's busy work. She says it's meant to protect us, but all of us took this job knowing it was dangerous. We should be out there killing the creatures attacking our farmers, not writing 5-paragraph essays on bandit movements.
You have a point.
Half of these kids can hardly read.
Do you have any thoughts on where we could look next?
The last thing I heard was that Monato was going to scout out the ogre camp.
Where can I find the cave?
From here, cross the northern bridge and follow the path west. The path will become a cobblestone road and pass through the swamp. You'll find a cave in the hillside. Should pick up Monato's trail around there.
You have an ogre living in the cave near your settlement?
It was claimed by an old animancer years ago. He and the ogre are, friends. I have no idea what they got up to in there. Experimenting on Zarebs, probably. I couldn't tell you what's there now. I don't know anyone who could.
Should have reported that information to Asierno.
I'm not Monato's keeper. He's a grown man and can take care of himself.
Why haven't you gone to look for him?
The Animancer struck a deal with Asierno. We're not allowed to go there. Why Monato was headed there is beyond me. But if you want to track down Monato, that would be the first place to look.
That's all I need.
Right. Watch your back out there, Envoy. The Living Lands are a dangerous place.
Hopefully when we find Minato, we can find some answers.
Speak with the ranger, Casagrada.
that envoy, aren't you? It's the face. Gives you away. What can the Fjord Ranger's Rising Star do for you, Your Eminence?
Looking for a missing ranger. What do you know?
I don't know anything. This is all just a misunderstanding. Wait. You think I'm the killer, don't you? Listen to me. I didn't do anything wrong. Verano going missing isn't my fault.
Tell me what happened to Verano.
Verano should be back at headquarters any minute. He seemed to have things under control when we got separated. We were scouting out the abandoned homestead near Nakotedek when the bandits attacked us. I drew 2 of them away from the fight, and Verano and I got separated. When I doubled back around to check on him, I didn't see anyone. I assumed the fighting was over.
I get the impression you're not telling me everything. Yes.
I've told you everything I know. No one else seems to believe me, so believe whatever you want.
Where can I find the bandit camp you were sent to scout?
Look for a bridge southwest from Fjord, near Nakotedek. Go west across the bridge and you'll come across the camp. There could still be bandits around there. Be careful.
Hopefully it's not too late for his partner. For both their sakes.
Nakotedek grounds. I was just there, wasn't I? Or those quests are so far away again that everything's gonna get really hard. This is like toward the more difficult part of the map, so we're gonna go back this way, like I said, and just fill this in and see what happens. We already got a fight already. I think we should leave it off here and then see what happens in the next episode.